Hi, Ron Benning here with your Sacramento Fourplex market update for March of 2026. In this video, we're going to look at what happened in the Fourplex market in February, what the numbers are telling us about pricing and buyer activity, and what that means for investors as we move into the second quarter of 2026. So make sure you watch to the end so that you know exactly where the market is headed. And as always, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe now so you won't miss any future market updates and cash flow alerts. February 2026 came in as a neutral market for Sacramento Fourplexes. Months of inventory based on closed sales came in at 3.1 months, which is a neutral market. Just a few months ago, we were in a strong buyer's market with 17 months of inventory. What happened? The number of active listings is the exact same as last year at 22 and down about 8.3% from last month, which tells us that supply has tightened significantly. Now, how this happened is an important part of the story, though. It happened because of three reasons. The first was there were 7 Fourplex sales in February, which is up 250% compared to February of last year, and up 16.7% compared to last month. That's a pretty meaningful increase year over year. Pending sales came in at 6 properties under contract, which is the same as last month, but 500% higher than the same time last year. So while pendings held steady month over month, demand compared to last year has increased significantly. And finally, the third reason was that there were 6 Fourplexes that went off the market as expired or canceled. Now, given what I just said, it would seem like common sense would dictate that the days on the market should have went down, right? Nope. The average days on the market in February was 171 days, which was up 134.2% from last month and up 30.5% from last year. What that tells us is that buyers are still very selective and there are still a lot of overpriced listings that remain unsold. I expect this number to fall significantly next month as all those canceled listings and the uptick in sales will pull the numbers down probably by about 30 to 40 days. Now let's look at pricing. The average for sale price in February came in at $1,015,000, which is down 15.4% from last year and down 1.8% from last month. Meanwhile, the average sold price increased to $997,000, which is up 22.3% year over year and up 10.9% from last month. The average list and sale prices are the closest to one another than I've seen in a long time. Another interesting note is that 4 of the 7 properties that sold were in the 4 East Sac or Midtown zip codes. The properties that were not in those zip codes all sold between 735 and 875. With several of the sales, the sellers came down significantly. Buyer negotiation power. The sold to original list price ratio came in at 91% this month. That means buyers negotiated about 9% off the original list price on average. That ratio is up slightly from last month. If the property has promise, we just need to make an offer that makes sense. The Break-Even GRM for a Sacramento Fourplex. Now let's talk about something that's extremely important for investors. The Break-Even GRM. Assuming an investor interest rate of about 6.5%, the typical 25% down payment, the current Break-Even GRM for a Sacramento Fourplex is about 11.48. What that means is that for a property to roughly break even on cash flow from day one, the purchase price generally needs to be about 11.48 or 11.48 times the annual gross rents. Deals priced below that threshold may have a better chance of producing cash flow, while properties priced above that number usually require rent increases or a bigger down payment to provide cash flow. Let's talk a little bit about interest rates. Investor interest rates are currently about 6.5%, which is a little higher than last month due to some uncertainty of what is happening in the Middle East right now. Rates will likely remain volatile until things settle down there. The 45-day market outlook. Looking ahead over the next 45 days, I expect inventory to remain relatively tight, but I also expect the days on the market to stay elevated, but to come down between 20 and 30 days from where it was. We may start to see a seasonal increase in listings as we move forward into spring, which could add a little bit more supply to the market. The interest rates will remain volatile over the next month. If the hostilities in the Middle East continue, rates may go up further. If that happens, there will be a dampening in market activity. Strategy for buyers. For buyers, opportunity still exists in the market, but discipline is critical. We have to focus on realistically priced properties with solid GRM numbers and properties where you have the ability to improve rents over time. We have to not be afraid to make offers that make sense for you and just see where it goes. For properties that are already in the sweet spot, we need to move quickly and make offers, understanding that making an offer is our ticket to see the property, and if you don't like it, you just don't have to move forward. Strategies for sellers. For sellers, pricing strategy matters more now than ever. Buyers are active, but they are extremely selective, and overpriced listings can sit on the market for months. If your property is priced correctly and positioned well, it will still attract strong interest. I just closed on a fourplex this week where I represented the buyer and the seller. Buyers, if you'd like my weekly GRM report or MLS feed and are not already receiving it, look in the links below. For sellers, if you'd like a property evaluation or a rent analysis for your fourplex, check the links in the descriptions below. And whether you're planning to buy or sell in the next 7 days or 7 months, give me a call or a text. I'd be happy to help you plan a smooth and profitable real estate transaction.